Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is EF Clothing Wardrobe. So all we are going to be needing today is just my ruler, my chalk, and those pair of scissors. So our measurements we are going to be using today for this fabric. My length is going to be 38, my shoulder 19, my sleeve is 34.5, my chest is 20 and half times 2, that's 41. That's half size. That's 41. My round neck is going to be 16. So for you to see it clearly, I wrote everything down so you can see it clearly because of the camera. So I wrote it: length 38, shoulder 19, sleeve 34 and a half, chest 20 and a half times 2. My 41 right there. Hope you can see it. Yeah. So our neck is going to be 16. So I'm going to teach you guys step by step how to get your signature outfit perfectly, step by step. Just pay attention, okay? So I hope you guys subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up to keep me motivated to do more videos, because next I'm going to be posting a video on how to sew it. So firstly, that's the rough side. I have to mark it to my chalk not to have any mistake. So what I'm going to do next is fold the fabric into two, just like this. Make it smooth. Fold it into two, just like this. Then I'm going to take my measurement. Remember, my measurement is 38. The length is 38. That's my 38. It won't be my exact 38. We are going to add allowance to it. So what we are going to add to it now is, wait, let me write it down so you guys can see it without not just saying it alone. 38 plus 6. I hope you guys can see it clearly because I can see it also. 38 plus 6. That's 44. Right? Yes. That's 44. So what we are going to be measuring now is, we are going to measure out 44 and cut it straight. .44. I'll cut out my 44. I have to, let me mark it first. Okay, yes. So I'll cut out my 44 right there. I hope you guys are paying attention. That's what I want you guys. I want you guys to just watch this video. If you don't understand, you can watch it again from beginning to the end. So that's my 44 right there. I've cut it out. So then what I'm going to do next is take my front differently, cut out my front differently, cut out my back differently. So I will show you guys the process. Remember, our chest is 20 and a half. Our chest is 20 and a half, right? 20 and a half plus 2. I'm just writing it down so you guys can see it. The front first before the back. You can also cut the back first, but me, I take the front first before the back to avoid mistakes. It's very important. Pay attention. The front first before the back. So remember, our chest is 20 and a half, but instead of 20 and a half, I used to call it 21 instead, because that half, it means a lot though. But I instead of that, I take it as 21. I measure out 21. So that's my chest I'm trying to calculate for you guys, so you guys can understand better. That's my 21 and 21. So 21, instead of measuring 21 out, I'm going to add like extra 21 divided by 2 again. 21 divided by 2, that's 10.5. So instead of 10.5, I'm going to measure out 13 inches. Extra allowance. I have my reason why I'm adding those allowance because of what I'm going to add at the down, my flap at the downside. So I make it 13 instead. That's times 2, that's 26 altogether. Extra allowance to avoid mistakes or anything is good. It helps. You see, it's that 26. So I measure out 13. I measure out my 13. Alright. I'm just trying to make everything equal. You have to confirm it. Oh, oops, sorry. Yeah, welcome back. So I'll bring out my 13 right there. Yes. 13. 13. It's time to cut it out. But firstly, what I do before I cut out my 13, to make your cutting smooth and neat and having a very straight line, you have to iron it after measuring it. You iron it so when cutting it, it won't shake off, like giving you a wrong cut or anything. You just cut out the right thing out. So I have to iron it. I guess my iron is not out yet. All this steam iron takes time to hot. So I'll just iron it now and cut it out. Yes, I guess it's hot now. Okay. Don't forget, that's our 13 first. 13. It depends on the size of the person though. If the person is bigger than 13, you make it more than 13. After all, I'm still going to add 2 inches to it. That's 1 inches on both sides. So I cut it out neatly. You see how smooth it's going to be, how smooth and sharp it's going to be. Yes, that's it. So next is our back. Let's take the measurement of our back. So mind you, our back has to have this thing called flap at the back, open flap that you do see on all these senator outfits. Is a must on senator dresses nowadays. Is a must. You have to add it to make your work unique. So I'll add my flap to the back. So the former measurement was 13 on the front. So this one is going to be 15. That's 13 plus 2. The 2 inches we go for. The 2 inches we go for the flap at the back. So that's our 15. I'm going to measure out 15 and cut it out. But firstly, iron first before you cut it out. Plus 2 inches allowance, that's it. That's our 15. So I'll measure out my 15. 13 plus 2. In case you don't understand. Plus 2. That's 15. So I'll measure out my 15. measure out my 15. I hope you guys understand, and please, if you have not liked this video yet, please like it now and subscribe. Invite your friends and family to my YouTube channel. I need more subscribers like you. I appreciate you guys, so please give it a thumbs up, like it, share it, and subscribe. So that's our 15. Then nextly we need to iron it out. While ironing, you also will know that there's a difference there. It's good to iron while cutting, it's good to iron while sewing, so you have a nice and very neat and nice job at the end. So that's all. What we need to do next is to cut it out. I used to be fast than this, but I just have to take my time so you guys can understand perfectly, because that means a lot to me when you guys understand perfectly. So just pay attention and pay attention to details. So it's time to put the front on the back and take out our neck measurement, shoulder measurement, and our down flap measurement. That's the split at the down. So let me cut that place out to give it a straight, to make it very straight. So after cutting that out, then I'll place my front on my back. After placing my front, pay attention to this place. The down, that's 6 inches we added to our 38 length. 4 inches we go for our back overlap, while 2 inches we go for allowance, our length allowance. So that's 4 inches. I'm going to leave that 4 inches down there. Let me write it out so you guys understand. 4 inches for, sometimes I do it 3.5, sometimes I do it 4. So I'll write it out so you guys can see. Shoulder overlap is 4 inches. Shoulder overlap is 4 inches. Yes. So the remaining 2 inches, that's inside the 6 inches, it's going to be remaining 2. The remaining 2 inches will go for the length. 4 inches, good. That's my 2 inch for allowance. So that's it. That's my 38 there. So I'll cut this side out. Let me bring it down here, so you guys can see clearly. I'll cut it. I don't need that. So what's next? We have to slant our shoulder. So I do my slanting first before I cut out the neck. So how I do slant my shoulder is, our shoulder is 19, so I'll measure out 19, exact 19. I won't put allowance there. I'll measure exact 19. Exact 19. Then mark it. Chalk it. Then from the upper part, I'm going to measure 2 inches. I'm going to measure 2 inches. So from that 2 inches, that's where I'm going to slant my shoulder downward. from that hair, from downward. From there, slant my shoulder. Well, it depends on the person. This person has a very broad shoulder, so you have to slant it very well. Some men doesn't have a broad shoulder. Their shoulder is just like the shoulder stands, so you have to slant it this way. If not, you won't have a good fitting. So I have to slant it this way. And after that, I'll cut it out. Okay. You see how sharp it is, how slant it is. So what I'm going to do next, I'll bring down my front, make it, let it be on the same position where the other one is. Then I'm going to lap my back. That's why I call it a back overlap. That's that 4-inch at the top, the 4-inch. I'm going to place it on my front, and it's going to be 1/2 inch away from the front. 1/2 inch. You see the 1/2 inch right there? This is our 1/2 inch. You can see it right there. That's how I'm going to lap it on top, on that 1/2 inch. There's a reason why you have to lap it like that. So when after cutting it out, when sewing it, that's the exact overlap that will come out, exact size. There won't be no mistake there. So you need to iron it to balance well before cutting. If not, you won't enjoy your cutting. Besides, you can even have a mistake while cutting it. Why not ironing it? So the best thing, you should just iron it before cutting. So remember our back flap or our back split, anything they call it, anyhow you call it, anyhow you like to call it, is 2 inches. Remember that. So it's time to measure out our neck. Our neck is 16. Yeah, 16. So how I measure my neck is from the length side. I measure it with 4 by 4 inches. When it comes to 16, when the neck is 16, I measure it by 4. Anybody, you can use 4 inches. It's the wideness that matters, how big the neck is. So the wideness of the neck is 2.2. That's what I was holding earlier. 2.2. To mark my 2.2, I'll draw it out. See, that's it. So I'll use my ruler to roll it out. So after rolling, I'll go down and let me say 1 inch. 1 inch is preferable though. I have to measure my 1 inch. That was a mistake here, so I have to measure 1 inch. So it gives it a very nice curve. 1 inch. I hope you guys are paying attention. And I'll curve it. Yes, good. So I'll cover the other one too, so I can measure it. You need to measure it before you cut it out, so you won't make a mistake. So I'll measure out my neck 16. Let me see whether it's exact 16 or I've made a mistake. Then I will need to reduce it also. Why measuring it? I don't know. Look at it. That's 8 inches. 8 times 2 is what? 16. So I'm right. So before that, yeah, we measure our shoulder. Our shoulder is 19. 19 plus 1 is it, sorry, 19 plus 1, yes, that's half inch, that's 1, that's 19 plus 1, that's 20, so that's 10. 20 divided by 2 is a 10. That's 10. I just mentioned that I just chalked just now. So after chalking that, then pay attention to this place. Mostly you guys, the way you guys see your clothes, that after the customer, your clients wearing it, there'll be a wrinkle at the chest or something. This is how to avoid it. So what's next? I'm going to measure my armhole. My client's armhole is 10.5. So instead of measuring 10.5, 10.5 minus 1.5, it's going to give us our 9. So I've measured my 9 already. So this is the place to pay attention to. This is what you avoid from wrinkle on chest that will make it fit well on your client. Our back is 9.5, 19. That's 19, sorry. So instead of, we measure our 19 right there where I measured it, then you minus 1 inch from it. Can you see it? You minus 1 inch. That 1 inch is going to make you avoid the wrinkle on the chest. So it's to make it grab your client chest well, that will avoid you from having wrinkle. That's it. Wrinkle on the chest. So I made a mistake. I measured 9. I measured 18 before instead of 19. So that's why you are seeing too much line there. So I've made a correction to that already. So that's our minus 1. You have to minus 1 from there. If you don't minus 1 from there, when the clients put the clothes on, it won't fit well. It will have wrinkle on the chest instead of having a smooth and nice chest. So that's it. So now I'm going to measure my body size. My body size is, I told you earlier, instead of 20 and a half, I used to measure 21. 21 plus 1. 21 plus 1, that's our 20. Sorry, 2 inches to our 21. That's 23. Sorry for that mistake. 23. So I measure out my 23 for the chest. Then I go to the hip side. The hip side, I went there, I measured 24. Why? The middle point. So from the armhole, I measured 10 inches for the tummy. So the tummy right there, I measured 20 plus 2 inch, that's 22. The chest 23, the tummy 22, while for the hip side 24. Then now I'll measure out my split. My split right there is 14 inches. I don't know if you guys can see it because the clothes is white. So that's why I'm explaining myself. 14 inches for the split. So then I'm going to shock everything out. You see the shape, nice shape. You're going to see the nice shape is going to bring out. That's the way your outfit is meant to be. So when you put it on, it you have a nice look on your client. So I'll cut out my neck. Yes, good. I'll cut out the back too. See, when you iron it, your clothes will balance well. So to cut it will be very easy for you. So I need to pay attention to this armhole part. You know, I minused 1 from it the first time. So that 1 inch you minus from it, you are going to put it at the back. So you're not going to cut the front and the back together. You see, I stopped right there. So I'll raise up the back overlap. I don't want to cut both of them together because I need to add my 1 inch I minus from the front to the back. So I'll cut out the front only. I need to cut out the front only. So after cutting out the front only, I'll add my 1 inch. I used to use my eye to gauge it though because I know how to cut it already. I'll add my 1 inch to the back. That's why you see that allowance at the back. So as this the best armhole you ever see, because after this armhole, that's my 1 inch there. So let me cut it. This is the best armhole you ever seen because this armhole, when you put your sleeve on this armhole, it's balanced well, very very well. When your client puts it on safe, you fall in love with the clothes. the outfit. So then I'll cut out my body. Cutting out my body. Yeah, so that's all. That's all. So next we are going to cut our back pleats, our back facing and everything. So I hope you give this video a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching us. Thanks to all my subscribers for supporting me all this way. I love you all. Peace. See you guys in the next video.